Good morning. My name is Nioka Lynn. Happy Wednesday. So I wanted to come on today and touch a little bit more on balance. I know I was thinking about it late last night, sitting in my chair before going to bed, um, and I feel like my spirit team wants me to elaborate a little bit more on balance in a different way. Um, so this morning, sitting in my chair after my meditation, I I could hear different scriptures being spoken to me. And the impression that was left with me was to touch on this. Because, everybody is in a different place. Not everybody is in the same place. And I think it's fair to honor everybody in their place. And you may not be in agreement with where they're at, but who knows? Maybe you were there once too. Anyway, so when I talk about balance, I know I've been asked before, well, when you say that, people come in your life and they some are here to hurt you, torment you, whatever, and some are here to love you, that's balance. Well, let me explain why and how that happens. Now, I remember in my religious teachings back in the day where if anybody ever said to me that, oh, God creates good and evil, God creates evil, well, I would just, but it's in the Word for all my little Bible readers. It's in the Word, yes. I think it was in Isaiah, I could be wrong, but it says how God created light and darkness. Yes, God creates good and evil. And yes, it's in there where it says God knew you before you were in your mother's womb. Now you can sit back and just argue your points on all of those scriptures, but I know what God and my spirit team have shown me on this. Yes, before you came here in this incarnation to this beautiful, living, sentient being, Earth, before you got here, you had a plan. You wanted to explore a theme, whatever that theme may be. Maybe you wanted to be rich and famous. Maybe you wanted to be a monk. Maybe you wanted to be a writer or an artist. Or you just wanted to be a mom or a dad. You just wanted something, okay? So what you did, you put things in place. There are some absolutes that you would address on your path here. And there were some variables. What do I mean by variables? Well, imagine, if you will, a long hallway. This is your theme. You've opened that door. Say it's fame and fortune. So you've opened that door of fame and fortune. Now, along this hallway, there are many doors. This is a metaphor. There are many doors, okay? Each door is a circumstance, situation that you are going to experience. And it's all designed to bring you to your purpose. What is your purpose? The theme you chose to explore. Now you'll meet people there, and they may lead you to the next door. So this is how it works. And yes, God created good and evil for my Bible readers. This is the balance that I'm talking about. If you are born, say, in a family that's dysfunctional, say. Let's go back. You were born into a family that's got their mind right on manifestation. They say they're wealthy, say they're educated, or whatever it takes to get this wealth that they've got. And you proceed in those footsteps. Or maybe or maybe your parents weren't so wealthy, but encouraged you and gave you enough support to lead you in that direction. Now, on the flip, If you came to explore, say, alcoholism, drug addiction, or poverty, or whatever, maybe you were born into a family that didn't support you. Maybe they hurt your feelings, maybe they abused you one way or another. Everything is set up. I, God, create good and evil, is what the word says. Darkness and light. This is to help you. I want you to understand, and I know this seems bizarre to a lot of people, but just listen. Everything that was created, or is ever going to be created, or is being created, exists now. Sounds a little crazy? Everything that has ever been created, is being created, or ever will be created, exists now. It's all on different timelines. Your present now can affect your past and your future. So it can affect it all. You can actually heal on your timeline your ancestors, the people that have crossed over. If you want to acquire a certain thing, say you're trying to manifest fame and fortune. Let's just put that out there, seeing as we're on that. That's on a different timeline. That exists now. You have to get yourself on the right vibration of that fame and fortune. Yeah. It's how it works. This big, beautiful design that we all come and incarnate in, we're projected in. There's only a piece of our soul that gets here. Sound crazy? It's true. There's only a piece of us that comes here. The greater part of us is still with Source, God. We are projected into these magnificent bodies that, what a design. I mean, everything is just laid out for us fabulously. Okay? So we come here to explore. Why? Why do we come here like that? Why don't we just stay with Source, with God? Why don't we just do that? No, because you wanted to have that experience. It enriches your soul's evolution. You felt as though you needed to come here. Well, I'm confused. What do you mean? Okay. Your body, this avatar, if you will, is not who you are fully. Your soul has projected through this incarnation to live a certain theme. For me, as Nioka Lynn, I came here, my soul came here, I incarnated here to explore a theme. There have been many situations, circumstances, people along my way to help me achieve what I came here to achieve, what I came here to experience, to learn. Me as a soul will take this. This is always part of me now. Me, not this Nioka Lynn, me, my soul, will always have this experience. This body will return to the earth. I know it's a lot to chew on for some folks. It gets easier along the way. Yeah. So yes, it's balance. That, I think, is beautiful balance. God created good and evil for you to experience, to explore. Your ancestors, well, that just might be you. Your soul. Your soul who has projected itself into many incarnations. Yes. As I've mentioned in a previous video, I tapped into one of those timelines. Yes, and an experience through dream, um, an experience that I had that was pretty horrific. But what was shown to me, I was still carrying that wound into my present day. Yeah. So yes, God created good and evil. You know, the word says so many things in there. Yes, and the Bible has been grossly manipulated, all the scriptures. But there are little hints in there, and I think that's pretty cool, and I think that's by design. Yes, God created good and evil, light and darkness for you. Yes, God knew you before you entered into your mother's womb. Absolutely. Because you were before you got here. Yes. Um, I've read so many things over the course of my lifetime where I read them and it gets my attention. Like, for instance, no man hath seen God at any time. I've watched so many people read that and just keep reading, and it doesn't, like, I don't know. Oh well. It's never sat right with me. I guess I just question everything. I explore everything. Yeah. And then I take what I've explored and I pray on it and I put it out there and things are shown to me. Yes. And I love that. It's a beautiful Wednesday. The sun is shining. The air's not hot. It's not cold. It's just absolutely beautiful. I intend to enjoy my day. I hope I've given a little understanding about balance, why it matters, and a little, I guess, more of I guess I'm trying to explain how even scripture can back up what I am trying to explain, if that gives my Bible readers any help. Because I'm not judging or condemning anybody. I love my Bible. There's places in there that I can recall and remember where I grew. Hmm. So I'm just hoping you understand why it is. You think, why would God create evil? I remember reading that. Why would God, this loving God, why would he create evil? This is why. This is why. This is why there's that perfect balance of good and evil, the darkness and the light. You've got to go through the darkness to appreciate the light. In that darkness, if you choose to, you can find your light. Yeah. Everybody has a part to play. Hmm. The folks that come here and they do some pretty horrific stuff, they have a part to play. Now, and I love this, now we are in a time. Everything is ascending. People are ascending. The earth is ascending. Everything is ascending. There are things, ugly things being purged out of the earth, out of civilization, governments, out of people. You may notice you're a little emotional during these last few weeks or whatever. People are just so emotional. That's all the stuff rising up. Don't suck it up. If you feel like crying, cry. Let it out. Scream. I know I've been a little emotional. And I know what it is, though. I know what it is. It's stuff purging up. Old memories. Old wounds. And if you're not sure what it is, ask. I know it sounds crazy to some, but you all have a spirit team assigned to you by God, Source, the Creator. Yes. Ask, why am I going through this? Why am I feeling this in my body? Is this an old soul wound? Is this a wound that I've been carrying from incarnation to incarnation? Is this something new? What is this? Ask questions. Ask questions. You're supposed to ask questions. I ask questions because I like to know. I love clarity. Yes. So I hope that gives a little bit of understanding for my Bible readers as far as good and evil and why, because I know a lot of people are thinking. She's out of her mind. People come here to torment her on purpose. Yeah, yeah. I used to think that too. But it's okay. But that's why God created good and evil. Hmm. Yes, everything's metaphors in the Bible. Just like Jesus, they call him Jesus. They gave him a new name, the ones that crucified him. Yeshua never said, I am God. Never. It's another thing I noticed. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to leave it like there. And I'm not going to open up any more pages. So I hope you have a marvelous Wednesday. I hope you enjoy the weather wherever you're at. And I hope you have perfect balance in your life. And as you're going through that perfect balance, I hope you know and discover who you really are, peeling back the layers to your true divine self. Yes, indeed. My name is Nioka Lynn. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Namaste.